happening, fellas? Check out this classic Honda Trail 90. You know, this is the only one I've ever ridden where I hopped on it and I was like, wow, this thing sounds throaty. And I already know why. I read the work orders. Ken O'Connor Racing out of Connecticut actually did the top end on this thing, bored it out and put the piston in it. It's a brand new top end. And if you know anything about performance motorcycles, Ken O'Connor's on the podium of the 3 best engine builders we've had do a CR500 for us. He does amazing work, and I got a stack of receipts here I'll have to go through on what was done, but a ridiculous amount of time and money was put into this bike, probably more than it's worth. But starting at the front, it's got a brand new tire on it. You can see the whole front end has been polished to perfection and serviced. It has brand new brakes, brand new tires. It's got heading to the middle of the bike, of course, the engine's all brand new. We'll skip over that, go to the back of the bike, brand new rear tire, new chain, has a new battery, all the bulbs, all the lights, everything works beautifully. It has, again, a new battery in it. And then go to the heart of the beast, the engine, where the real magic is on this particular one, and know that it's got a brand new piston and rings and top end bearing, wrist pin and circlip. And I'm going to grab the receipts here because there's just too much to remember here. The first receipt is for the battery. The second receipt is for the front and rear brake shoes. It's got brand new brakes. And obviously, cosmetically, the things that's a 10. Usually they're all rusty and crusty from sitting outside. This one was rebuilt because it was worth it. It's got a brand new NGK resistor spark plug cap, a brand new ignition coil that was $104 for the coil and $359 for the ignition cap. So there's $116 right there. It has brand new tires front and rear. That was $90 for the tires, not including labor, just for the mail order brand new tires. So you're up to $220. It has a new rim strap on the front and a new tube, a new 6-volt taillight assembly, which was $19 for the taillight assembly. New center stand rubber bumper, which keeps it from vibrating when you're zooming along. New clips for the OEM fuel lines. These are the actual OEM clips. And a brand new OEM fuel line, which is something most people don't do. They don't order Honda fuel lines. This guy was obsessed with it. So new silver inner spoke, 2 of those. New frame cover, new carb to air box boot with clamps, new rubber kick lever. If you look on the Kickstarter, you'll see it has a new rubber on there. New lever set, rubber tips for the levers. See those levers on top, the brake lever, and on both sides, those are both brand new levers. New clamp, large heat shield, new packing, large shield for exhaust, new collector link standard for the chain, new carb packing set. I'm not used to these particular way that Beecher Cycle writes your stuff up, but the company has supplied all the parts. It's got a carb kit in it too, so there's $160 on that receipt. I'll add up the receipts afterwards, but 2 new inside spokes, new frame cover, new exhaust insulators, new left and right brake levers, new master link for the chain, new carb kit, new carb air filter boot, new battery rubber to hold the battery from flopping apart, new key and carb set, new kickstart rubber, new front of air box, and a new carb inlet. So that's all on one invoice right there. That's $160. Then I've got another one here, new condenser, new float valve assembly, new points, new spark plug, new rear sprocket, and new chain. A new shift drum stopper, new complete engine gasket kit, new valve guide seals, so they did the whole valve train on it, new sub-transmission engine oil, a new 86 link super hardened riveted endless cam chain for inside the motor, new intake valve, new cam sprockets, new oil pump drive. I mean, this engine was completely rebuilt here. New inner clutch cover. There's another $153 right there. And then the receipt from Ken O'Connor Racing for boring the motor and the new second oversized piston, rings, honing the cylinder, precision bore and hone matching the piston and rings. So that there. Then I got one more invoice for, well, that's the same one for the brake shoes. So we got, let's see. Can you cut the So there's 14 pages of work orders and receipts here. The parts added up to a grand total of just under 11 hours, and the total labor was 24 hours. So the whole ticket here was about $32.50 A substantial amount of money. Like I said, just about what the bike is worth has been put into it, and it was done because the bike is beautiful, but it is the best performing, by far the best performing CT90 I've ever ridden. Again, started at the front, brand new tires, brand new brakes, the whole front end's been redone, brand new rear brakes, brand new chain and sprockets, the engine's got a new piston, new rings, it's been bored, professionally rebuilt valve train, the carburetor's been rebuilt, the air filters, air box has been cleaned and rebuilt, and then the entire bike was gone through cosmetically, front to back, steam cleaned, hand washed. We put it through what we call a rotisserie detail. All the chrome was polished, all the aluminum was polished. I actually have the, let me grab the work order from the detail shop, what they did. A hot water steam cleaned the grease, touched up the paint on the body, on the hubs, and on the engine. The handlebars, all the chrome on the bike was polished. The pegs were polished, which are raw metal. The skid plate was cleaned and polished. Zoom in on there, zoom in closely on the stuff I'm talking about, the bars. The skid plate is spotless because it was polished. All the chrome was polished. Show them the pegs. The pegs were cleaned and polished. The wheels and the spokes were cleaned and polished. The rear shocks were cleaned and polished. The tires were given a tire armrall style, not armrall, we'll use something different than that on the sidewalls, but it's a tire dressing. And there was a small, the upholstery and the seat looks to be in excellent condition. I believe that's the original seat. This right here is this came painted red from the factory because they didn't make it in gray and it was supposed to be gray. So Jack Weaver, who's a painter, actually painted this silver. So just a ridiculous amount of, the original paint on the front fender, the headlight, everything, cosmetically the bike was probably an 8 to start with. And right now I'd say it's a solid 9 once it's all been cleaned up and polished. Look at the chrome on the engine side cover, the valve cover. You can see all the gaskets, the base gasket, the head gasket, the valve cover gasket. All the gaskets are new because the engine's just been completely rebuilt. The kickstand has been refinished and painted. The stand's been refinished and painted. You can see the original paint is on the swing arm because it still has the original sticker here. A little bit of touch-up paint you can see here that doesn't match perfectly was done on the chain guide, but the original paint job on this bike is intact. Look at the quality of the seat pan here. Usually they're all rusty and literally rusted out is what I usually see when I flip one up. This one looks like it just came out of the box, as does the gas tank. Usually they're rusted inside and out. This one here is in beautiful condition. I don't have a light, but from what I can see, it appears to be in excellent condition. Obviously, you wouldn't want to put $3,000 into a Trail 90 that was a piece of crap. This, when you look underneath the seat and you look at the quality of the upholstery and the chrome and the finish, it probably looked much like this, and you're like, wait, it's way too nice to let go. So, but with all the nice touches like the brand new levers, the tires, the repaint on here, the touch-up that our team did, the repainting of the center stand and the polishing of all the metal, it really is a dime piece, guys. You're not, let me put it to you this way, straight up, you're not going to find a nicer Trail 90 for sale anywhere in the country, and you're not going to find a documented Ken O'Connor cylinder bore and hone and engine service like that on any Trail 90. It's most people just don't do that. They're usually they just get them running, clapped out, and put some lipstick on a pig is what most of the ones I've seen. And I'm not a fan of these because of that. Very few Trail 90s run like this one do because most people don't want to put the money into it. So this one here, only 5,000 original miles on the odometer. Everything works beautifully, and it's a looker, red and silver and chrome. It's got their back rack on it. It's ready to go for another 40 years. This is 50 years. This bike is 51. It's 51 years old. It's an antique. So their investment quality antiques are definitely going up in value. If you look at the original exhaust system on this too, can you zoom in on this too? This is kind of like a critical piece here of the puzzle. The exhaust on this thing is absolutely freaking beautiful. It has the original sticker right here on it still, which is, usually there's big rust holes on the bottom. I can only imagine it must have been stored like in a really dry basement or in someone's laundry room or maybe they kept it in their living room. I don't know, but somebody loved this thing for many moons. It has a 1972 Rhode Island Registry of Motor Vehicle inspection sticker on here. This is a 50-year-old inspection sticker, and I mean this thing's like a time capsule basically. It's like it just came out of a I don't know, out of a time machine from 1970. It's 51 years old, guys. Beach Boy songs should be ringing in your head when you swing a leg over this thing, and it's ready to go. A small fortune was put into it, but it was worth it. Good luck bidding on it. God bless America.